Oh, Jennifer Connelly. Oh, oh, girls. Oh, women. Oh, yes. But beside myself, I find myself gazing in a sinful manner of. Jennifer Connelly was really a good in that Labyrinth, that movie with Ozzy Osbourne. Labyrinth movie. That's right. I think Ozzy Osbourne was in there. He played the king of the bridge trolls. Yeah, yeah. He even sang a couple of licks in that movie. Yes, he did. Oh, can I get back to my order? I haven't put my order in yet. Oh, I'm really glad that this. It's not funny because even these vegan burgers, for some strange reason, contain saturated fat and cholesterol. Usually not the cholesterol, but I think it's from coconut oil. I don't know. Oh, let's do it again. I know it's getting old. I'm dragging it into the ground, but here we go. So, soy and protein. Soy and wheat. Oh, forgot to read my cue cards there. Those soy and wheat. Oh, what is this about? What exactly is this development all about? Well, far removed be it from me to not report this to the FDC or the Comics Code Committee. Look at soy and wheat. Not since I was crossing over from Cub Scout to Weeblo. Before I became an Eagle Scout was I... I'm not making fun of it. I loved being a Cub Scout. I was a Cub Scout. Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, I loved it. I loved my gold and blue uniform. I really loved it. I didn't want to cross over. I didn't want to become a Weeblo. I didn't want to become a Weeblo. You had to cross over. Maybe there was some sort of ritualistic thing involved. Maybe like some sort of drug paraphernalia. There was some sort of like intoxicating, ritualistic thing we had to go through. You had to experiment with, like... It's not... Okay, it's not funny. Let's not go there. I don't do those things. And I didn't want to become a Weeblo because I liked my uniform so much that I didn't want to trade my gold Cub Scout handkerchief for one of the sort of checkered, flannelly looking Weeblo handkerchiefs. I didn't like that. It felt like a demotion or something. I was like, can I please keep my Cub Scouts handkerchief or I'm going to become a Weeblo? Fortunately, we moved and our life changed, and that was the end of everything, and everything went to hell after that, so I never had to worry about becoming a Weeblo. It was like the BC AD sort of mark when we moved from North Homestead to Madison, when everything went straight to hell, and I don't know what my parents were thinking, but no, I'm just joking. Oh, where was I? Not since I was a Eagle Scout when they told it, I've never been so appalled since I was an Eagle Scout. They had to tell a Cub Scout, excuse me. We were supposed to run our finger only crossways across the blade of our Cub Scout knife, because that way you never cut your finger. Well, I still remember they actually gave us Cub Scout knives, and I'm willing to bet that these days, with this new norm and this woke repertoire that all these kids seem to be hip to these days, so I never ran. That's not true. That's not true. Someone always had to find out what happened if you ran your finger lengthways. No, when I had my pocket knife, it was exciting. It was almost like a fetish or something. I was only like 8 years old, and I was actually gifted a beautiful Cub Scout pocket knife. Beautiful folding. The colors, it had the blue on the outside, like the plastic or whatnot. The handle was blue, and it had the little cub wolf head emblem decoration on it. Almost looked like a Hitler Youth knife in a way. Oh my God, is that what this is about? Oh my God, Martha. Oh, Martha, call up my psychic. But I'd run, I think it was my grandfather, someone told me, always run your finger this way. crossways against a blade. You can't get cut that way. Sort of like a razor blade. Yeah. Um, well, don't even bother doing that to a razor blade. God, why? But you know what? Inevitably, of course, maybe even the first day I had it, I just had to find out what happens if you run your finger the other way on the blade. Let's just say I got cut. Let's just say that I gave my finger a little extra ventilation that day. Wasn't too bad. I don't think it was even as bad as the time that I leaned with my bare hand on a barbecue grill that my parents had been using earlier that day. I mean, it had to be at least an hour or two previous, but I was playing hide and seek with my brother outside around our house, back when we actually used to live in a nice house. And I leaned on the grill thinking everything was just peachy. Boy, was I wrong. I had to soak my hand in cold water nonstop almost for what seemed like a week. Like a week. But I never did become a weeblo. Because as their motto says, we blow. But, oh no, I see what you're doing. See what you're doing. You're desecrating a sacred American fixture. I'm sure they've been banned by now, the Weeblos. I'm sure they don't give nice to Cub Scouts anymore. If they even have Cub Scouts anymore now that all the hoopla about the den masters. And in fact, my mother was the little... There's a den and what I don't know what it was, the chapter. My mother was actually the den mother. We used to have the meetings over at our place because it was a nice house back then. When we used to live in a very nice house. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. And I fell even worse after I left home and went on my own. So who am I to contradict the decision-making skills of my parents? What was my point? I don't even have a moral to wrap this all into. Oh, just always remember to run your finger crossways against the sharp side of the blade on your Cub Scout knife or any other knife, sharp bladed object. Better yet, why even bother doing that? Alright, well, I'll see everyone back here next week. Oh, baby. Oh, Jennifer. Oh. Do that to me one more time. Oh.